Hello, hello, apa khabar once again, and welcome to Virtually Peranakan Fest 2022, celebrating our colourful culture. This is our third edition of this online Peranakan festival organised by Peranakan Sayang, and we're very happy to see all of our kawans from around the world. Kamsia very much for joining us. Do say hello and tell us where you're watching from in the comments section. We'd love to hear from you. My name is Alvin Un, and it's a pleasure to host this particular session, and it's something that is totally going to be of interest to many people because it's all about makan, Peranakan Makan, Masak, and Penang dishes. And we have two wonderful other babas who are joining us this afternoon, Peter Yeoh and Philip Chia. But of course, before that, I'd like to bring on my fellow co-host, Cedric Tan. Hello, Cedric.
Selamat hari. I'm about to tuck in for my tea. It's going to be good, you know. The start was colored for my eyes. Now it's going to be for my tummy.
So, Ba, are you looking forward to this session?
Besides the curry puff, I'm going to look forward to the chap chye afterwards.
So we have two babas who are joining us for this, and we have first we're gonna say hello to Philip. Philip, let's see whether we can bring Philip on. Hello, Philip.
Hello.
Hi. Wah, tengah siap
Sudah siap.
Siap. Okay, Philip will be presenting his live cooking demonstration for the very first time of Nyonya Chap Chye. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay, so that's going to happen in a short while. So we leave you to get ready as we go to our other guest, Peter Yeoh. Peter, hello, Peter from Penang.
Hi, apa khabar? How are you all?
Fantastic. So we've got everybody from the Straits Settlements for this session.
Sorry. Just put it up.
So yes, so we're going to kick off with Peter. You're going to share about the interesting Peranakan dishes from Penang, which is lesser known perhaps, especially here. For those of you watching this program, you have any questions or like contributions, please do write in the comments. So we'll start off with Peter. So go ahead, Peter, with your presentation. We have some slides to share.
Yes. Firstly, welcome to all my fellow babas and nyonyas from Singapore, Malacca, Penang, and elsewhere. It's always been very happy, to get to talk to all of you, and exchange our views, because a lot of people often, when they come to Penang, especially from Singapore or from Malacca, and they want to come and have nyonya food in Penang, and then when when we order the dishes and they look at the menu, they say, "Oh, what are these that you serve here?" So today I'm just going to give a very brief introduction to Penang Nyonya food for those of you who have been here but were perplexed with what we serve here. Like you all, this presentation, I'm keeping it short because I'm looking forward to Philip Chia's cooking. The last time I was in Singapore, I bought
He's got the book.
Yeah, they're going to autograph for me, because it's fantastic. Because I love nyonya food, southern nyonya, northern nyonya, all kind of nyonya. So Philip's the man. So I'm really looking forward to his cooking demonstration. But first, we talk about Penang nyonya food. A lot of people are asking, why is it that Penang nyonya food is so different from Malacca and Singapore nyonya food? One thing is about Singapore nyonya food. It's actually derived from Malaccan nyonya food, so you don't really have a big culture shock when you try Malacca nyonya food, because when you go there, then all the dishes that you see there, like bawang kepiting babi pongteh ayam keluak, is the same as what you get in Singapore, right? But when you come to Penang, then you say, "Hey, what are these dishes that you have?" Because in Penang, we don't have ayam keluak, we don't have babi pongteh, we don't have babi chin and all that. But we have our own kari kapitan our own perut ikan even our otak-otak looks a bit different. So today I'm just going to bring you very quickly through what we serve in Penang as part of our what we Baba Nyonya eat just to share with you a bit of our history and why was it different. When Penang was founded by Captain Francis Light in 1786, he managed to convince the British East India Company, say, let's make Penang the main trading post for this region. So because of that, the East India Company had set up a port in Penang, which is very far up north from Malacca was. But because they wanted to develop Penang, then the British started cutting down their presence in Malacca. One thing also is that what the British did was they also told all the Malaccan, the Babas who work with them or trade with them, that look, you have to move to Penang, because if you don't move to Penang, then you're going to lose our business, you may lose your job that you have with us and all that. So from 1786 until 1819, when the British founded Singapore, when Raffles founded Singapore, a lot of Baba Malacca actually moved to Penang with their families. So that was actually the origin of Penang Baba Nyonya culture. We started off as the Malaccan style Baba Nyonyas. But subsequently, in 1819, when Singapore was founded, then a lot of Malaccan would rather go south because Singapore was actually growing very rapidly after that. On the other hand, in Penang, the British were still developing the trade quite well because it's at the north of the Straits of Malacca, where the ships from the other region, India and Aceh and all that were coming in. Subsequently, because of that, a lot of Achinis also settled in Penang. At the same time, a lot of initially we have Catholic Christian refugees from southern Thailand who moved in. Catholic in the sense that when the Dutch took over Malacca, the Dutch are Protestants, so the Catholics, who became Catholics because of the Portuguese, they actually moved up to Siam. But then at one point, the king of Siam was actually oppressing the refugees, the Christians. So they moved down to Penang. So Penang started having a lot of Siamese influences. They have a lot of influences from Aceh as well because of trade, also in Medan. So subsequently, you can see Penang started even the cuisine get a lot of influence from the Achinis and the Siamese and also the Burmese, because British Burma is quite close to Penang. So one example that I can give you is that the Penang Asam Laksa. The people when they come to Penang, they show and say, "Oh, I want to have Asam Laksa. I want to try Asam Laksa." You can see Asam Laksa is quite unique. It's very different from the laksa that you get, the Nyonya Laksa that you get in Malacca. Whereas in Singapore, the Katong Laksa is actually, I think, derived from the Malacca Nyonya Laksa. Penang one is a bit different, but if you look at the Penang one, which is fish-based, it draws its origins actually from the Thai laksa, or what we call the Kanum Chin Nam Ya from Thailand, and also the Mohinga, the Burmese Mohinga. So sometimes one thing is Pulau Tikus, which is a district in Penang, our equivalent of Katong in Singapore. Pulau Tikus was actually settled in 1786 itself when Francis Light came, because the Siamese from southern Thailand, they actually moved in there at the same time. And the Burmese actually moved in very, very soon after that, because we know that in 1801, the first Burmese temple, the Dhammakarama temple, was built. So in 1801, there's already a large Burmese settlement there. So you can see the interactions in Pulau Tikus among the earliest inhabitants of Penang. You have the interaction between the Baba Nyonya who came from Malacca. Then you have the Chinese, Peranakan Chinese, who came over from Kedah. The Siamese and the Burmese, they all interacted. And then the cuisine that they form is what forms the basis of Penang Nyonya cuisine, as we call it today. Next page, shall we? Yeah. There you can see the Penang Asam Laksa here. And also there's another one called Lemak Laksa Lemak that we call Siamese Laksa. You can see both of them are quite similar in the sense that they are fish-based in a sour and spicy soup. Sour and spicy has always been quite central to the cuisine of the Siamese, the Thais. And then they will add on the chilies and the mint leaves and all that. The mint leaves and the fresh vegetable salad are very much favored by both the Siamese and also the Burmese. Okay, next page. Then you have other dishes that people come to Penang, then they look at the menu and say, oh, there's inci kabin and there's kari kapitan. It's quite interesting because the early, I would say the Baba Nyonya households, they're quite similar to the ones in Singapore in the sense that they hired Hainanese chefs to cook for them. Because the Hainanese chefs at the time, when they came, by the time the Hainanese came, most of the other trades are dominated by the other dialect groups already. So the Hainanese actually went into the cooking and catering and all that. They started working for the British. They start cooking on the British naval ships. They start cooking in the army base. They also start cooking in the senior government servants, British ones, the kitchen. It became a status symbol. If you are somebody, you want to have a Hainanese chef running your kitchen as a status symbol. So a lot of our well-to-do Baba Nyonya family started recruiting Hainanese chefs. So you can see one of the dishes that we have here, the inche kabin. Inche kabin is actually marinated chicken pieces. You marinate it in spices, galangal, lemongrass, all that. Also coconut milk. You bury it overnight, and then the next day, when you're about to serve, then you deep fry it. So inchi kabin actually came from a Hainanese word, because if you're a Hainanese and you speak Hainanese, the Hainanese term for marinated chicken slices is yanchi kabin. So you ask any Hainanese friend of yours, it's yanchi kabin. Then that's where inchi kabin come from. Whereas kari kapitan is actually, it started off as a very mild form of chicken curry that the Hainanese, when they cook on the ships for the British, the British Navy, the British Navy actually initially use a lot of Indian chefs on their ships, and they like curry because the British Raj by the time is really 200-300 years old in India. So the Hainanese have to cook curry for the British servicemen at that time, and they also introduced that kind of curry that uses curry powder and all that to the Baba Nyonyas. So that's where the origin of the curry kapitan is. And I don't know how Kapitan originates, but of course, the early days, Kapitan is always the head man. It is a term that we adopted, I think, from the Portuguese. So even the Kedah at the time, the head man of the Chinese community is the Kapitan China. So in fact, when Francis Light founded Penang, in 1786, he actually signed an agreement with the Kedah Sultan, and the Kedah Sultan called the Kapitan China for Kuala Kedah, who's Kole Huan, to come to the island and have a simple ceremony where Francis Light will come on the beach, and then Kole Huan, who's the Kapitan China, actually gave a fishing net to Francis Light and say, welcome to Penang, So fishing nets, I think in his dialect, the Changshu dialect is Hibang. Hibang is actually has a double meaning. It means fishing net. It also means hope, what Hibang. Of course, today, the Penang, we speak the dialect called Samto Hokkien now. We won't call He, we call Hu. To say he, you have to go Kelantan. The Kelantan Chinese Hokkien will say he, Okay. The next slide here, you can see there's acar awak and perut ikan. These are also two of the very common Penang Nyonya dishes. I think a lot of people who come to Penang, they love Penang acar awak. Penang acar awak actually came from the Burmese community in Penang. Because when the Burmese came to Penang in the 19th century, or late 18th century, they settled in Pulau Tikus, and their village is called Kampong Ava. Ava is actually the old capital of Burma. It's a bit south of Mandalay, modern day Mandalay. But the local Penang people, the Hokkien or the Baba Nyonya, they cannot understand. They misheard the word Ava. They call Awak, so become Kampong Awak. So the Burmese people are called Orang Awak because they come from Kampong Awak. The Burmese make a pickle, which is using the carrots and cabbage and cauliflower and cucumber and all that. In fact, the Burmese use many vegetables to make their pickle. But the local community, the Baba Nyonyas and the other community who adapted it, they reduced it to 5 ingredients, 5 or 6 ingredients, which is what constitute the Penang Achar Awak today. And they call it Achar Awak because Achar Awak came from the Orang Awak in Kampung Awak, so that's how it started. So, yeah. The next slide, you have the Hong Ba. Hong Ba is actually the Penang version of soy braised pork. Their version of what in Singapore and Malacca called babi chin. For some reason in Penang, because we use a Hokkien word, so we just call it Hong Ba. But the spices that we use to cook it, we actually call rempah chin. So in Penang, we say, why yung rempah chin? Bechu Hong Ba. So we're actually using rempah chin to cook Hong Ba, but not babi chin. Okay. Kiam Chai is another dish that we like. It is akin to itik tim, except that we also add nutmeg to ours. Of course, I think this one we adapted from the Cantonese. Okay. So next slide, Juhu Cha. Juhu Cha is finely julienne bangkwang or sengkwang, hikama. Yeah, but we also use very thinly sliced dried cuttlefish to cook it. And this one, the other one is sambal goreng. Now, I highlight these two dishes because last week, GT Lai from Singapore, I think most of you know GT Lai from Singapore, and then from his Bangsawan Theatre and the acting or drama. When he came to Penang, and then I brought him to Turkey, and he took a look at these two dishes and said, I've never seen Juhu Cha in Singapore. And what is the sambal goreng you have here? It's like nothing that we have in Singapore. Because in Singapore, sambal goreng is really spicy sambal with long beans and tempeh and tau kwa. But in Penang, sambal goreng doesn't have sambal, and it's not goreng, it's actually braised. Next, I want to talk to you is about where to find good Nyonya food in Penang. My first choice of Nyonya food in Penang is actually Turkey in Sri Bahari Road, and that's why I brought GT Lai, and you can see Lilian Tong, who gave the last session talk with us, and we ordered all those dishes that I was talking about earlier. Okay, what other restaurants? Okay, the other restaurant that I really like is Wins. And the lady in the picture here is actually the owner. She's called Winnie Po. Also, very, very well turned out dishes. And in fact, when South China Morning Post did a visit to Penang, Suzanne Zhang, I brought her here to Wings. Okay, so another highly recommended restaurant. Next, this one is Auntie Gek Lian. Auntie Gek Lian, one thing different about Auntie Gek Lian is that it doesn't use pork. So for those of you who are concerned about whether the food is halal or what, Auntie Gek Lian is a good choice. It's run by this lady Bear Gek Lian, who's one of the oldest Nyonya chefs in Penang, because she learned under one of our Penang's living heritage treasure, Dato Lim Bien Yam, who has been he was teaching cooking even in the 60s. Okay? So this Auntie Gek Lian. The next one is Richard Rivali. Very nice place. I think they're beautiful ambience, and the dishes are all very well prepared. And Richard Rivali came from, I think his grandmother was a chef in the Burmese temple that I was talking to you earlier, Dami Karama temple. So they have Burmese heritage as well in the cooking. Okay. And the last one is, of course, the one that Lillian mentioned earlier in her talk, Kabaya. The beautiful restaurant, very nice cooking. The chef at Zachary Chung trained under Cordon Bleu in Bangkok. And I suspect this restaurant is going to be the first Michelin star restaurant in Penang, because Michelin Guide for Penang and KL is coming up next month. And we understand that the chef for Kabaya has been invited for the unveiling of the first edition. Okay. So besides restaurants, where do we go to buy Nyonya food? Now, for those of you who don't go and sit down in a restaurant, there is Madam Kor Cheng Si in Pulau Tikus Market. Her Nyonya food that you can, like tapao and bring home and eat, is one of the most authentic you ever find. It's as good as any grandmother's cooking at home. Okay. Next slide. Okay, and Nyonya Kueh. There are a couple of Nyonya Kueh places that I like to highlight here. One is called Mo Teng Piao. in Julia Street. It's got its cafe, and you can actually have a walk-through kitchen for you to see how they make it. There's another good one called Li'er. Li'er is also in Pulau Tikus. Also very well made Nyonya Kueh. So these are a couple of places that I recommend. If you want to learn to cook Nyonya food, where can you go? Well, a lot of people were asking me this. Pearly Key, she runs a cooking school called Nyonya Pearl Enterprise, where she will actually bring you to the market. You can see the picture here. She's actually with GT Line. That's what she did. She brought me and GT to the Pulau Tikus market, shop for the ingredient, go back to the shop, cook, and then we can even taste the cooking right there and then. So this is some of the names that I like to highlight to you, where to go to eat, where to go and buy, and where to go and learn Nyonya cooking. Okay.
Thank you so much, Peter. Fantastic. Now, just to add on that, we are not sponsored in any way.
No, no, personal.
For all the dishes that or places that was recommended by Peter, but I'm sure Peter, being a foodie, he knows where to get the best stuff in Penang.
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. So I'm sure there will be questions. If anybody has any questions for Peter, please put it down at the comment section, and I'm sure Peter would be more than happy to answer along the way. But we're going back to Singapore, and we're going to have Philip Chia. Hello, Philip. Philip
Hello.
is for the first time, he's going to do a cooking demonstration. Yeah.
Yes.
So are you ready with the demo?
Yep.
Okay, so please share with us what we are cooking today.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in and watching the show. I'm doing a very simple Nyonya Chap Chye, which is suitable even for the vegans. There's no pork stock or prawn stock, and this is more refreshing. It's not so gelat. So simple, quick one. I just show you how it's being prepared, just using garlic and tauchiong. So you all ready?
Yes. So these are all the ingredients that Philip is using.
Wow.
Okay. As you all know, the chap chye because it's very important, the sweet tauki and the long
Yes.
tauki stick, the bigger stick.
Yes.
And of course, the lily bud, the kim chiang, which is also very important. And we tie them into knots. And for the tauki, the sweet one, we normally use this very old traditional brand. This is the best brand that we use in our Peranakan cooking. So I will heat up the wok now with a little bit of oil. And I already prepared some chopped garlic. So for me, I like quite a bit of garlic, so it gives more fragrance. So fry it a little bit brown, then you put in the tauchiong. So while the garlic is going to turn brown, stand by your tauchiong. And the tauchiong we use, again, this is a very old traditional brand that we use for centuries, passed on from grandparents to us now. You notice I don't use so much oil because I don't like it too oily. So I use as little as I can until the garlic brown. Okay, at this stage it's almost brown, then I put in the tauchiong, about 2 tablespoonfuls. And once I put the tau chiu, you get the tau chiu fragrance out already, they can put in the mushroom stock. So I reduce the temperature. Okay, the mushroom I already washed and soaked. And I put the stock together, all seed. So I just throw in the stock now. Bring to a boil. Okay, bring to a boil now. Then you put in your fried ingredients, the two types of tauki, the sweet and the long soup. This is what gives the flavor to the chap chye. A lot of times people make a mistake by not frying the long stick inside. That's the one that made the chap chye a bit raw. So while this one is simmering, I may add a little bit of water because it will dry it very soon. Cover to bring to boil. Then in the meantime, I've already steamed the carrots for garnishing. I already got my one sleeve also for garnishing, and my kimchiam already soaked and squeezed out and strained and rinsed 3 times to get rid of the excess salt. So this kimchiam I will add a little bit later, not too early. If you put too early, what it will happen is it will break and disintegrate. So the reason why we tie the knot is not because there's a folk tale that they say, oh, bring the family together, tying together, but it's not. It's because by tying the knot, it helps to protect the kimchiam from breaking into smaller pieces. So that's the reason why we tie the knot. And if you read in Mrs. V, the late Mrs. V cookbook, she tied double knot. That is even more kiasu, she tied double knot. So in the meantime, any question to ask me can ask me now while the ingredients are boiling.
Yeah, there's. I'm sure there's questions from our audiences, and it's looking very good. I think we do have a question from Daisy. Which restaurant in Singapore do you work in now?
Currently, we do not have a restaurant, but I do have a little factory collaboration now to develop all my dishes, and we have just kicked off chap chye and babi pongteh, and we will be launching it another round on the 6th and 27th December on the Singapore Home Cooks Facebook page at 8:30 p.m. live.
Right. Oh wow, that will be exciting. We also have a question on your book from Kenneth. I think Midori is also asked, where can we get a cookbook in Singapore?
From most of the bookshops, like Kinokuniya or for the other one, Popular. And then I think in Malaysia also they have it.
Yeah.
Because it's printed by Marshall Cavendish.
Yes, there's quite a few cookbooks that are available at all the bookshops.
Yes.
Bookstores. Very good. And we also have some bouquets from Mike. Good show and good stuff. Peranakan saying, okay, I think it's a typo. Keep it up, well organized and we'll run. Okay, let's go jogging. A lot of typos over there, but we understand. And yeah, are we getting better now? Okay, let's go back to the cooking.
Okay, now it's boiling. I can put in the cabbage. So this cabbage about 600 grams. This amount is good to serve 4 to 6 people.
Four to 6 people, and there's 4 of us. Just nice.
Cover again. So any more questions, feel free to ask me.
Yeah. If you have any questions, please type it down in the comment section. But in the meantime, I'll just show the the ingredients once again. For Nyonya Chap Chye, for 4 to 6 people, 5 to 6 cloves of garlic chopped, 2 tablespoons of tau chio, 1 tablespoon of cooking oil, 50 grams of dried shiitake mushroom must be soaked with 400 grams of water, but you must remove the stem, cut into halves, and set aside the stalk. 40 grams of black fungus soaked, 30 grams of dried lily bulb, 60 grams of long stick bean curd fried, 60 grams of sweet dried bean curd also fried, 30 grams of tang hoon soaked, and 600 grams of cabbage that you just saw going in, and 1 carrot peeled and sliced. Okay, we have a few comments coming in as well. We have our kawan Fretso.
Yes.
Wah, wangi sia.
Boleh bau eh.
See, from far, no, he said, mana Ponggol and mana you? Jauh, still can
Wah,
smell.
where you don't macam jauh boleh bau eh.
Powerful there.
Hidung dia macam Pinocchio.
Hey, that one different story.
Macam-macam, not lah.
Yeah,
not
macam. Carol say, can tapau or not? Don't ask me. Don't ask me. Ask Philip. He's the one who's cooking. Come and collect. Wah, dah come collect. I think Peter is going to collect already. Quite a distance though. Father Chris has a question. Bar Philip, do you add in tau ju in your chap chye?
Okay, it's a very good question. Tau
Yes.
ju, don't add. It's very optional. Occasionally I do add it, but the reason why when you do as a business, I don't put the tau ju because the tau ju tend to make the chap chye turn sour very easily. So this is from my R&D research. When you put the tau ju, it's good when you are eating on the same day or keep for the next day. But anything further, there tend to be a bit of sourness if you don't keep it properly.
We have some contribution from another good cook. Boleh, tau chio mia brand tu is Hang Lo.
Hang Lo?
Hang Lo.
brand.
William Hang punya kawan lah.
The brand is called Chun Thai sauce.
Macam-macam lah.
Tunjuk.
We are not sponsored for all these things.
Okay,
Please,
We're not sponsored, By the way, their two, this brand has two color caps, the yellow and the red one. The red one is a full bean, the yellow one is very rounded. So buy the yellow one, easier for you.
Okay. We have somebody who wants to really cook. Kenneth, boleh tolong kasih rescreen the recipe? Boleh. We'll also, I don't know, we'll put it in the comment section later on as well, so it's for your convenience. But
So garlic up to you. You can put 5 to 6 cloves, and then the tau chio again 2 full tablespoons. Not too much because too much tau chio will make your chap chye very salty. And you will notice that at the end of the cooking, I do not add any seasoning at all because the sweetness comes from the cabbage and the sweet tauki. The saltiness comes from tau chio and the long stick bean curd.
Then the Malacca brand pakai is cow. Lembu.
I don't know. Never tried that before.
Is it? Is it cow pe cow bu?
Yes. We have a cow. Cap lembu.
Chap lembu.
Cap lembu.
Oh,
The reason why I think we prefer this is because it's not so saltish as a normal other brands that's commonly sold like Yeoh's and all that. Very salty.
Kenneth's mom is watching lah. That's why the mom Kunyo, she also watching this show, so she was adding in her input.
Yeah, I can try my recipe whether you like it or not.
Yes. Fred continues to explain what he meant is whether the brand punya gambar is an incense holder. Kita baba katakan Hang Lo, the image of the brand. Is it a incense holder? On the bottle?
Incense holder?
In the logo of the bottle and on the bottle. Wow, busy cooking,
Okay, I'm going to put in the kimchiam now.
Chap lembu.
Chap lembu.
In Malacca.
Lembu in Malacca.
We're going to show this scene. Okay. Kenneth says if you go to Tekka Market, they will recommend this same Tao Chio brand.
Oh, is it?
Maybe the mother say lah.
In Singapore?
Yeah lah, must be lah in Singapore. If Tekka Market, must be Singapore lah.
Yeah, Singapore market.
We all learn from each other, kan?
Yes, we all learn from each other.
Try chap lembu.
Chap lembu.
It's not salty.
But in Singapore, cannot find
I
Must
think
go
Kenneth
Tekka
is
lah.
recommending you to go to Tikka Market and try to look for it there.
The other thing when Peter mentioned about laksa, the Penang uses fish stock, which I totally agree with him because when I was young, there was this bibi called Bibi Buruk in Katong. And she also said that her Nyonya Laksa uses fish stock. So that's how I learned from her to use fish stock instead of just prawn stock.
Prawn.
Yeah.
Additional info.
And then again, I got another Bibi, one of my adopted mother's friend called Bibi Kangkang. She is from Siam, but became a Singaporean. Yes, she's called Bibi Kangkang and
Kangkang. Kangkang. Okay. Please, should be Bibi Jalan Kangkang. You say Bibi Kangkang got different idea tau.
She also uses fish stock. Yeah.
So Singapore tak ada chap lembu tau.
Yeah, don't have chap lembu. So maybe I should try and get one next time when I go Malacca.
Ai kesian, nama dia Bibi Buruk.
Bibi Buruk was a lady in Katong, if you all remember, during the early 60s and 70s. She carried 2 baskets with a stick, walking around selling kuih. Bongkok. So she will carry that, selling her kuih. I don't know whether any of you remember.
Mungkin Singapore ada cap kambing. Macam-macam all add-in. So how long does it take for the food to get ready?
Almost done.
Oh, let's show the almost done.
Baba Philip, would you recommend the chap chye to be kept overnight, or maybe let's say you cook in the morning and then to be eaten only in the evening so that the flavor would seep into your...
I know majority of us likes to eat chap chye a bit noa, soft. It's very individual. Some of us prefer a bit more crunchy, so you don't cook it too long. But of course, when you keep it tomorrow overnight, it tastes better because it absorbs all the flavors.
Adding on to the nama, dulu my kampung got bibi cobi or cubi.
Cobi.
And then Jackie is around. Hi,
Cobi.
bibi beruk.
Yeah.
Not bad lah. There are names like Bakar bin Hitam. Alamak.
Sudah bakar dan hitam lagi. Oh my gosh.
Oh yo.
Blackburn.
Okay, my mom say chap chye ni must eat with chili belacan.
Sambal belacan, yes. Ati sambal belacan, very nice.
Must
It gives it the taste. Okay, now the final ingredient to put inside is the tanghun.
Yes. Wow.
Okay, the tanghun
These are already soaked, yeah?
already soaked, yes. And the tanghun will absorb all the excess water. Okay, give a final stir, cover another 2-3 minutes and done. So So those who like the cabbage not too overcooked, you can wait another 2-3 minutes ready to be eaten. But for those who like it noa, soft, then you boil another 5 minutes.
See? Mention sambal belacan only, Fred also must add in. Betul. Chap Chye mesti makan sama sambal belacan.
Nah, you mau sambal belacan, you got sambal belacan.
Mana?
Nah, sambal belacan. Boleh tengok.
Haya. Itulah dia.
Sambal belacan. Kau pakai cili padi.
See, Carol also agree. Lagi sedap sama sambal belacan. Oh, this is our.
Boleh datang ambil.
This is our very first live cooking demonstration on our virtually Peranakan Fest, and it's also the first time that Baba Philip is attempting to do this. So we're very thankful for the effort.
Yes, this is my first time. It will not be the last. It will be more.
Good.
And the other thing I like to emphasize that in Peranakan cooking, the rempah is very important. We use a lot of shallots rather than the other ingredients, and shallots is the one that gives the sweetness to the rempah naturally.
Philip, Jackie is going over to call a Grab now to collect
Okay,
the.
Ken.
Yeah.
I'll support for you.
And added on, Chap Chye mesti go. Gaul sama belacan dan nasi panas.
Yes, correct.
Correct, ah? Then you get the full
Makan sama
flavor.
tangan.
Makan sama tangan.
That's the way to eat it.
Right. So what's the status of the food now?
It's done.
It's done.
So what I will do, I will plate it and show you.
Cedric, do you cook also?
I prefer to eat than to cook. I'll let Philip cook and I'll eat. That makes a perfect combination, right? You need
Yes.
someone to finish up the food he cooks, you see?
Correct. Or not, you know?
So I cook.
Wasted kan?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, you are part of the ecosystem.
Yeah, we don't reinvent the wheel. We become part of the wheel, that's all.
Berapa kuali lu ada, Bah Philip?
Oh, banyak.
Gua nampak belakang tergantung-gantung berlambak. This
Yes.
Fred So cakap ya.
Ajar mata lu Fred. Satu
Everything
orang
dia
punya
tengok.
What dapur lu pergi scan.
Belakang semua tengok. Saya kata.
Oh, sekali. Okay,
Just a-
the Philip Chia,
Wow.
spoon,
Wow.
Look at that.
cabbage, mushroom. Okay, mushroom, please buy a good mushroom. This is called the flower mushroom.
Flower mushroom.
Yeah. And then you garnish it with your carrot. Because you notice that Chap Chye normally is for wake or funeral food. So to make it more colorful, you put some carrot. And of course, garnish with the one tree. So there you are.
Whoa.
Chap
There
Chye.
you go. Fantastic.
Yum,
Well
yum.
done.
See?
Very beautiful.
It's done.
Done. 15 minutes done.
Wow.
Fantastic. Your timing is
Wow.
fantastic.
Not 15 minutes. It's only less than half an hour, Ivan.
Yeah. That was a fantastic quick
So
cooking.
siapa mau makan, please come and collect.
Jackie sudah cakap dia datang kan? Okay
The portion
guys,
for 6.
Very good.
that is very good.
So, again, thank you for inviting me in. And don't forget to log in to my Facebook and my Instagram page, the Peranakan Chef Official, and my live show on the 6th and 27th December, December, correct, for my products I'm selling by Padi Pongte Chap Chye. And
Wow.
Ngoyang,
Congratulations.
Like this?
Congratulations.
my Ngoyang 2 big rolls.
Ni promotion lah.
We pack also in this way. Good for 3-4 people.
Fantastic. Okay.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Philip, for that wonderful first time cooking demonstration. I think it went very well.
Thank you.
And also thank you, Peter, for that wonderful sharing of all your favorite Penang food as well as favorite Penang restaurants and places to eat. Thank you so much, Peter.
Sorry, I didn't catch you. What are you saying?
Thank you so much for sharing your Penang dishes.
Yeah, you're most welcome.
Yeah.
It's been a pleasure.
Yes, and of course, once again, thank you, Cedric, for always being around to add in your inputs for all the things Peranakan. Thank you so much.
Thank
You're
you.
most welcome.
Okay, folks, we have come to this end of this particular session. We certainly hope you enjoyed it. Do join us for the next session happening at 4 p.m. This is the Peranakan dilemma going forward versus clinging to the past with Lee Yuan Tian, who is standing by in Malacca. This has been Virtually Peranakan Fest 2022, celebrating our colourful culture, organized by Peranakan Sayang. My name is Alvin Un. We will see you soon. Take care.